And right now we have Richard Cloudhammer, a Cage Wars favorite from Team Jucal, getting a big pop. We see Gerald Wicks there, Corey Norman, former champ. A lot of solid training partners. The Jits Panda there, former super heavyweight contender. Rich Cloudhammer surrounded by a lot of competitive mixed martial artists. And he's looking to come in here and really display his talents.
Well, I was going to ask you this: what kind of a fight plan do you think he would have coming into this? And is he more of a striker, or with the jiu-jitsu background, is he looking possibly to take this to the mat?
Well, Rich is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a jiu-jitsu instructor. He's a purple belt with Team Jucal under Nels Larson. He's a coach over there. But he and I have linked up over COVID, and we've been working on his striking together. We built a friendship through COVID, and I've helped him get ready for his camps, and he's kind of really grown to love striking. He's a grappler by nature, but he loves to strike. So I really think he's going to take this wherever it needs to go. He's fighting a new guy, somebody we don't know a lot about, a big guy with a lot of power. So he may want to take this to the ground. That's a beautiful part about being a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, being an instructor. That's always there for you.
Yeah.
I wish I had that grappling acumen when I competed. I didn't. Somebody like Rich, whenever in doubt, he can take it to the ground.
Well, this is going to be an interesting matchup, and like you said, he is, without a doubt, a fan favorite, which we'll hear momentarily when he steps into the cage.
Richard Cloudhammer with the blue tape in the blue corner.
And he's a big guy, too. You say he walks around at about, 195 or so?
Yep, 195, 200.
Big guy.
And here we got his opponent coming down to the cage, Mr. Jeff Gregory. He's fighting out of Henzo Gracie Academy, Latham.
Oh, he's brought some fans with him tonight here.
He did. This is his first time walking to the cage now, and there's something to be said for that. The first time you enter the arena and you have these lights on you, it's really a different experience, and it drains your batteries.
Well, you've done this, Will. I mean, what is going through his mind now? He's going up against a guy in Cloudhammer with some experience and is a bit of a favorite. What do you think Gregory's experiencing now?
You can't speak for the fighter, but in general, it's going to drain your nervous system. There's a lot of stimuli in the environment that you have to react to. And if you're not accustomed that these lights are hot, you've got these people's eyes on you. It's just a lot for you to take in.
Well, he looks to be in tremendous shape. Both guys do.
Oh, they both came ready. You can tell right now, even though it's his first time in here, Mr. Jeff Gregory is prepared to go in and do what he needs to do. The question is going to be, what does Rich Cloudhammer do? Is he going to impose his game plan, or is Gregory going to impose his? And from what I've seen on tape, Gregory's going to want to make this an ugly fight. He's a little bit of a brawler from what I've seen. Where Rich is a little bit more of a technique guy. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Gregory entering the cage here in the red corner. Mr. Richard Cloudhammer coming on over, giving us some daps. Laszlo Huve talking to Mr. Gregory. Seems very focused. He doesn't seem shook. I give him a lot of credit there.
He's chewing hard on that mouth guard, though.
We're going to bring it up to Mr. Mike Faldo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next contest on the card for Cage Wars 52. Scheduled for 3-3-minute rounds in our middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 184 1/2 pounds. Representing Team Jucal. Out of Scotia, New York, Richard Cloudhammer.
You hear the pop. Jucal, Team Jucal, 10 minutes down the road.
Across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in last night at 183 1/2 pounds, representing the Henzo Gracie Academy out of Latham, New York. Gregory!
For being his first fight, he's got a big crowd.
The man in charge of the action when that door closes, Mr. Laszlo Huve.
It's funny, Will. All we heard about was the crowd that Cloudhammer was going to bring to the party, but let me tell you, there's a lot of Gregorians here in the crowd tonight.
I agree. I like that. Gregorians. I like that, Brian.
I don't know what it means, but
I dig it.
What does he look like, Drew Brees, doesn't he?
All right, here we go, round one. So let's see how this starts to play out. Is there going to feeling out process, or is
I think this is going to be electric right off the rip.
Oh, come
Gregory.
on, Rick. Now, right now, Rich would behoove to take it to the ground.
Well, the obvious game plan here is to make it dirty and gritty. And you're right, because Cloudhammer just waited.
Oh, he's got Cloudhammer in a choke. Rich reverses on top.
I think
now,
he's safe.
He's got to pull that left shoulder out from Gregory's chest, because right now that left shoulder and that left arm is trapped. You see him working it. Mouthpiece is coming out of Gregory's mouth. There we go. Rich clears the left shoulder. Now, right now, if I was Rich Cloudhammer, I would slow this down.
Well, yes, because he is slowly working his way out of this, and when he does, it's going to be dangerous for Gregory.
But at the same time, Gregory was getting the better of that striking exchange. You know, I think that kind of surprised Rich. And one of the things we talked about leading up to this fight is, you know, Gregory's going to try to make it an ugly fight.
Yep.
And an ugly fight is not what we want. Side control by Rich, good job. Knee on belly, left knee on belly. Gregory's got the lock. He's going to try to roll Rich. Rich looks to transition to mount. He's in half guard. Oh, he's got that full mount now. Rich is going to look for a choke.
And Rich is waving to his boys in the crowd. He is as relaxed as can be.
Well, this is his environment. This is his bread and butter. Right now, you see where the left hand is posting? It's making it uncomfortable. You know, right now it's about being uncomfortable.
And right now, Cloudhammer continues to control the action, and you know he's giving signs to his buddies. Fight to stop?
I don't know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Did he tap?
The ref called the fight.
For what reason, though?
I'm not sure. I'd like to get a replay on that.
If anything, I saw a strike to the body, but it didn't appear to be.
Here we go. He's striking him in the body. Oh, he tapped on the mat. So Rich had his forearm in the throat. Rich had his left forearm in the throat. We talked about making it uncomfortable. When you're not used to that, that sucks, man.
I got to tell you, that is extremely resourceful. I have not seen that. I have not.
Look at the left forearm. Look at the left forearm.
Just
down into that airway.
That's a lot of strength. That takes a lot of strength.
You know, strength, but also technique. He used the ridge bone on the ulna, and he just put it down into the trachea, into the throat. It was basically an airway choke. And Gregory, not being comfortable, didn't know how to get that forearm off of his throat before it was too late.
Well, what's the first move if your opponent does that? I mean, is it
fight the hand or get to a hip?
Yeah.
Because if your back is flat on the mat, your neck is there wide open for that forearm to be in it.
Well, that's
you know, Matt Secor, a UFC veteran, Bellator veteran, had worked with me years and years ago and said, you want to make it uncomfortable. You want to put your chin in their eyeball. You want to put your wrist in their throat. You want to smother them and make them hate being there, and that's what Rich did.
Yeah, he absolutely did, and that's something with Gregory that'll come with experience. We saw in the first few moments of this fight that he might have some decent ground game.
Here we go, look at that left forearm. Yep. He's got the left hand trapped on Gregory's left shoulder. So he's cupping that left shoulder, creating a down pressure with that forearm, creating the airway choke.
Well, that's impressive.
Excellent job by Rich Cloudhammer, but again, excellent job by Mr. Gregory coming out here, making it an ugly fight in the beginning and really putting Rich on his bicycle moving backwards.
Well, that's a good win. And the two men embrace in the ring.
And Rich is basically saying, hey, man, you had me going there. You had me moving, brother. And I really look forward to seeing Mr. Gregory in here with some more advanced training and seeing what he has to bring to the table, because he's a tough guy. It was just one of those situations where I think it took him off guard and he didn't know what to do.
Well, he's got a lot of fans. He'll certainly fight again, that's for sure.
We're going to bring it up to the ring announcer, Mike Falvo.
Referee Laszlo Huve has called a stop to the fight at 2 minutes into round number 1. For your winner by way of verbal submission, Richard Cloudhammer.